We've landed in British Columbia. We're here on the Chilliwack River, or the Vedder River, whatever you want to call it. But we're being joined by Rod Shu, better known as Fishing with Rod, here to target Coho and Chinook salmon using the new Technium conventional rods, both spinning and casting. This is going to be a fun day.
On the West Coast, life revolves around pursuing prized game species like salmon, steelhead, and sturgeon using a vast array of techniques in some world-class fisheries. Not knowing what to expect for conditions or the fishing, let's tackle this road trip together and find out if Technium is up for the challenge.
All right, Rod, so explain to us where we are and what we're going to be doing today.
So we're fishing in the Chilliwack River, which is roughly around one and a half hour drive outside of Vancouver, BC. And in September, between September and December, this is kind of like Christmas for salmon anglers in this area. We got Chinook salmon and Coho salmon coming through, and those are our target species.
What are the challenges that anglers face with the tech? What kind of techniques and what challenges do they face doing this?
Yeah, so today we're mostly targeting Coho salmon, and Coho, this being this early in the season, early October, they can be pretty finicky. So we really got to downsize the presentation, and everything is going to be pretty tight. Right?
You've had a chance to fish the new Technium rods.
Yep.
How do you feel that they're going to help an angler be more successful when targeting Coho or Chinooks or steelhead for that matter?
Well, having rods that are reliable, high quality guides, and you only have so many chances to get those bites.
Durability is probably an issue for a lot of anglers. We're walking down steep embankments.
Yeah, definitely. Walking through bushes, you gotta, you don't want the rods to break down before you get to the fishing ground, right? And fighting those big Chinooks. There are Chinooks up here, up to 25 pounds, and you want your rods to withstand throughout the fight.
So what kind of setups are we going to be using today? Because I noticed here in BC is a lot different than Ontario. You use a lot of conventional bait casting and spinning and center pin.
Because of the flow, it's quite a bit faster. Like, for example, the Vedder River is quite wide, and you need your float is quite big, right? So we're using floats that are 20 grams and up, 20 to 30 grams. So it's slightly heavier, so you need slightly heavier setups. And we basically just float fishing with bait for these fish.
Okay, so with Technium's new series, having spinning rods from 9 foot up to 10'6", from medium light to medium heavy, and having casting from 9 foot to 10'6", medium to medium heavy. I mean, how well does that play for a fishery, not only like BC, but all the way across the country?
For BC particularly, I personally like 9 feet rods. So in a smaller flow, so this would be considered as a smaller river.
Yep.
9 foot for me is perfect. I think the one I used to do was 8 to 12 pounds, and was just perfect for Coho salmon. And 10 and a half, it's you go a little heavier. That's great for Chinook salmon.
So all of the new Techniums have been custom redesigned basically with new tapers and actions. How are you finding that taper for what we're doing using a float and single barbless hook, obviously?
Yeah, really responsive. I mean, the 9 footer, it's a pretty fast rod, but when you do hook up, it feels great. It's
nice and parabolic. It comes over, keeps that hook tight.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big thing for a lot of anglers, especially barbless. Your job is to keep the pressure on the fish to make sure that hook doesn't back out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I noticed that today, that the rods have a good parabolic bend. They'll round evenly, no flat spot between the ferrules. I mean, I think they did a really great job.
Yeah.
So you just squeeze it in between, Rod? You just put it in the egg loop?
Yeah, so
and then put it in half?
Well, I thread onto the hook first.
Okay.
And
then put it in here like this?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not even that deep of water.
I don't think so.
You can see the bottom on the other side.
Oh, no one.
There he is.
It'll come down to you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Angry.
Yeah.
Got it. Oh, that's a good size one,
That's
too.
a big one, too, eh?
Yeah.
I just want to... Holding all the way down. Hey. Oh, there's another one.
Barbless hooks, too, right, Rod?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
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 So no slack.
That's right. Well,
Nice fish.
oh, it is a hatchet fish.
It is?
Yeah.
You're welcome. Already 2 fish down, just caught first light. Crazy how fast things happen out here. You think I can twitch in here, Rod?
I mean, we could go to the head of the run, try
See
to
that
twitch
Christian
over
on my
there.
float? Got him.
There's one.
Yeah, that one ate it.
That might be a hatchery fish. Oh shoot, it is a hatchery fish.
Oh, look at you, double dinner.
Yeah. We're keeping that one. Oh, that's a nice one.
Nice.
We're gonna...
Lose it?
Yeah, exactly.
no.
Yeah.
No, okay.